Well, it's only in Nigeria that certain things happen, and then you begin to wonder, are these things really, happening? But then they happen. In Nigeria, we have somebody who is supposed to be the accountant general stealing money, and now we have this saga, going on, the battering and from different angles of allegations against the chairman of the EFCC, Bawa. That young man, because we all fall into the same age bracket. So I was excited when I saw him come on, when I saw him, he was being appointed as chairman of the EFCC. I felt that, now we have young chaps, who will do us proud, in this, in the government. But then look at what we are hearing again today. Well, there's been a back and forth, about, the allegation charges against the EFCC chairman in recent times. In fact, about 150 CSOs have asked Bawa to quit, else he faces probe. They said, according to them, that from the interactions of journalists and CSOs with ordinary Nigerians who had been invited for one reason or the other to ask the commission, there have been several allegations to the effect that about 80% of cases under EFCC investigation are not taken to court. EFCC office now literally serves as courtroom. Of course, there are also allegations that properties and funds that have been retrieved by the EFCC are now being relooted in their covers. Thank you very much for joining us. It is Serious Matters on ONIF TV. Please do share videos with others, drop your comment, make them simple and civil. Well, we'll continue from where I just stopped. Well, the chairman of the EFCC, Abdulrasheed Bawa, has been convicted for contempt over his failure to comply with an earlier order of the court. As we speak, the Inspector General of Police has not complied with a court order to commit Bawa to Kuje prison, while Bawa has not deemed it fit to purge himself of contempt. Now, this is coming from the CSO spokesperson. It says the activist said claims by Bawa that the EFCC had secured 98.93% conviction in 2022, losing only 1.07%, were suspicious, or spurious rather, noting that a large chunk of convictions were online fraudsters, while favored politician office holders were left out. Very, very interesting. The FCC has done a selective invitation to outgoing governors, and that's also where I'm going to now move on to Governor Matawale. Well, it says they have made a selective invitation of outgoing governors in Nigeria, reportedly exempting all the other government officials who have loads of petitions against them, even by governors. I saw an invitation to I've seen or heard about an invitation to the outgone, the former governor or immediate former governor of Ekiti State, who actually said they should postpone it. He's busy doing something. These are things that the ordinary Nigerian will not do. I mean, if they do, they would have been badging them with all sort of things and all of that. But then you see what has happened. If a government agency expected to fight crime is found going about its business in a manner that mimics witch hunts and selective justice, while also being unable to deal with corruption going on within its own workforce, the coalition of anti-corruption organizations is afraid that the nation might slide into some real crisis of confidence in our system, which is bound to provoke a defunding of the EFCC by local and international donor organization, the activists are stressed. Well, Bawa has come to say that there is no human being who is 100% clean. That is coming from the chairman of the EFCC. Well, is that in any way trying to say that he himself is not clean? Well, we get to understand, he said that after he has asked Governor Bello Matawale, of Zamfara State to provide evidences of corruption against him. Governor Bello Matawale had called for the resignation of the EFCC chairman, whom he said had requested to answer on corruption issues. In a statement he personally signed on Wednesday, the governor accused Bawa of corruptly enriching himself while asking the anti-graft boss to excuse himself and surrender for investigation. Well, he appealed to the federal government to probe Bauer and the activities of the commission under him. He said, he had said, I and some eminent Nigerians have evidence of corrupt practices, breach of public trust, and abuse of office against Bauer and the commission led by him. Subsequently, EFCC had said Matawalle has been investigated over allegations of corruption, award of phantom contracts, and diversion of over 70 billion naira. But during an interview with BBC Hausa, Bauer said that it would be beneficial for Matawalle to provide supporting evidences for his allegation. There is no human being, he said, who is 100% clean. And I read somewhere that is Matawalle, asked us to extend our investigations to ministers. We carry out our investigations thoroughly, and if Governor Matawalle has knowledge of any minister or governor involved in corrupt practices, he should report it to the appropriate authorities. If he has a record of my purported corrupt activities or practices, the appropriate channel for redress would be through reporting to the police, ICPC, and the Code of Conduct. Subsequently, investigations into such complaints would ensue, Bauer had said. But then, more than twice, once or twice, as the court sent Bauer to prison, and Bauer has not even, I don't think he ever, obeyed those court orders. And so I don't understand what he's trying to say at this point. As I round up, Governor Matawalle, in responding to Bauer, has said the EFCC chairman requested 2 million naira from him, and he has witnesses. One of the reasons why the EFCC chairman is witch-hunting him is that he did not give him $2 million, which he requested. Governor Bello Matawalle of Zamfara State has alleged that he is facing prosecution by the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abdulrasheed Bauer, because he refused to give him $2 million bribe. On Thursday, the anti-graft agency revealed that Mr. Matawalle is being investigated for allegedly diverting over 70 billion naira state's fund. I beg, if he diverts 70 billion, how much remain for the state? But then that is what is really happening. That's what is really happening. I keep repeating, go to Ondo State, between Akure and Iju-Ikere, you find, you see the state of the road. A journey that is supposed to last, for just about 10-15 minutes, now takes approximately about 1 hour 20 minutes. Because you have to go gently. It is from one dungeon to another, climb, you come down, because the roads are in a very terrible state. Yet those parts of the country have governors, they have representatives at the federal level. So what are we doing? What are we doing? We saw some very funny things happen, in some parts of the country some time ago, where there's a length of road from here to here. They repair a little here, they repair a little here, and the commission is that the whole road has been done. What a nation! Well, BBC Hausa on Friday revealed that Matawalle, while he was being interviewed, Governor of Zamfara State has said that he had denied embezzling the state from investigations are good, and I'm not against it, but let it not be selective. And so I think if Matawalle feels that there are some other persons who are left out, who he feels that their hands are not clean to, he should let them out. Well, it should be holistic and not limited to governors. Is it only governors that have access to government funds? The ministers are there. Let him also invite them for probe. Well, I'm also challenge him to present to the world the document he said he had against us, that is governors. Then he should also submit himself for proof, because there are lots of corruption allegations hanging around his neck. Well, it is still serious matters on ONIF TV. I want you to please share our videos with others, drop your comment, make them simple and simple. Matawalle went on to say that he knows what is between us. He requested a favor from me and I refused him. So he has chosen to blackmail me. But I'm not bothered. All the allegations against me are blatant lie. He requested a 2 million naira bribe from me, and I refused him. I have my witnesses. Mr. Matawalle said during a meeting between them, the EFCC boss accused him of not visiting his office the way other governors do. This is serious. Hey, we're contacted by the BBC to get his reaction. Mr. Bauer said that although no human being is 100% perfect or clean, he challenged Mr. Matawali to expose any fraud records against him. Well, feel free to drop your comments. Let us know what your opinions are on these particular issues. Well, you will wonder the kind of country that we have found ourselves. You know, that the agencies that have been set up to clean, to clean things and themselves dirty. Well, thank you very much for watching. This is still Serious Matters on ONIF TV. Please share this video with others. Drop your comment. Please make them simple and say, well, if you are not subscribed, please do that. Thank you very much. God bless you. Bye-bye.